Laser Beak Man when he was 11. Around that time, I'm a single mother with 2 sons. We didn't have any money. A friend's birthday was coming up, so we would make our own birthday cards. And Tim drew Laser Beak Man on the front. And I said to him, "What would Laser Beak Man say, Tim?" And Tim said, "Have a filthy, disgusting birthday."
Laser Beak Man is a superhero. I met him up when I was 11 years old. He's the best superhero in the world. My name is Tim Sharp. I'm an artist.
Within a few days of Tim being born, it was clear that things were different. As he got a little bit older, one of the biggest problems was that Tim wasn't developing speech. The appointment was made for the day after Tim's 3rd birthday. So I was going there with great hopes that finally we'll get the help that we need, and this man is the best in town. During that appointment, he told me that Tim had autism. He also told me that Tim would never speak, he would never go to school, he would never learn anything, and he never would love me. And he said to me, "Just put him away and forget about him." That was the worst day of my life. So I'm hysterical, my mind's going crazy, I'm putting Tim in the car seat, and as I'm doing that, Tim is patting me on the back and wiping away my tears. He was wrong, the doctor was wrong. Tim did love me, he was trying to comfort me. It was constant for years. I was the only one that believed that there was more to Tim than what they were saying and that he could learn. He was a beautiful, gentle soul, was very much interested in the world. He was upset every single day. I didn't know why he was so upset all the time. All I knew was words. And then one day I was just absolutely so frustrated, and I thought, this isn't working. Your words don't work. You have to try something different. I just picked up a piece of paper and a pencil and I sat at this table. And Tim was crying, he was distressed, and you could see he was so frustrated with something. And I just started to draw, and for the first time ever, Tim came over and stood beside me and watched what I was doing. It was the biggest breakthrough we'd ever had.
Now this drawing is called Always Look on the Bright Side of Life. There's a Darth Vader one, and there's Brian Cohen from Monty Python Life of Brian.
Tim's art's very unique. It's very, very bright, very, very colourful, very much into pop culture, and it's joyous. You look at it and you just smile.
This one's Iron Man, Batman. I love sunbird country, a land of sweeping plains. Laser Beak Man sweeping the plain with a broomstick. This one's Picking Up Chicks, 50 Shades of Grey.
Tim is the first person in the world with autism to have his creation turned into an animated TV series. He's twice been a finalist for Young Australian of the Year. There's an exhibition about Tim in the National Museum of Australia. A short film about Tim was shown in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. And last year, this was Tim's favourite moment, was doing his TEDx talk at the Sydney Opera House and getting a standing ovation. So this Virgin Mobile one features a mobile, as Tim remembers a mobile, hanging from the ceiling with all these virgins hanging off it. There's a couple of other references in there too, but the funny thing for me is these virgins hanging off the ceiling and spinning around.
This is Laser Beak Man with a tablet with all the colours, and this is, the sign says the coast, and this is the Virgin Mobile. Yes, I'm happy with it. It makes me happy.
People with autism have a lot of unpleasant experiences in their life with things that we take for granted. And if you see someone with autism often in the absolute most distressing state, not being able to communicate what it is that is disturbing them so much, it is heart-wrenching. So however you can give a child a voice, just to try and take away that pain. I reckon that is the most liberating thing. He has such a unique and beautiful sense of humour. It's just so pure. He is so in the moment. He is so genuine. He's so warm, and there's not an ounce of malice or any of those awful things. I've learnt more from Tim than anybody else in the world. I don't know anyone as brave as Tim. To see the agony and the restrictions and the hardship of autism that was the way Tim lived with autism, to even try, I wouldn't even get out of bed. He is a much better person than I'll ever be. I got someone to look up to. He's my hero.
Making art, a lot of art, it makes me happy.